Hi, my name's Trev Hutchings, and this is my guide to creating a clean MIDI electric guitar sound in Bandlab. First, we need to add a MIDI guitar track. So first I'm going to tap on the plus icon, which is below the bottom track on the track mixer screen. And then I'm going to tap on MIDI instruments. I'm going to scroll through the tabs at the top of the screen and tap on the guitars tab. Then I'm going to tap on acoustic guitar. And if you haven't already installed the acoustic guitar, you will have to tap on it twice. Once to install it onto your machine, and second time to open it. Next, we need to add some MIDI notes that sound like playing a guitar. So at the bottom right of the screen, I'm going to tap on the step sequencer icon. This brings up the step sequencer, and now I'm going to add some notes. But first I'm going to add the notes for the strings on a guitar so that we can identify where we need to be putting the other notes. And the first note, bottom string, is an E, and that is an E2 on this Bandlab step sequencer. Then the next string up is 5 squares higher, which is the A, so that's A2. And the next string is 5 squares up again, so that's D3. Then the next string up is another 5 squares up from there, so that's G3. Then the next string up is actually 4 squares higher, so that is B3. And the top string is an E, which is 5 squares up, and that is E4 on this Bandlab step sequencer. And I'm going to use 2 chords in this demo. The first one's going to be the chord E major, and the second one is going to be the chord A major. So now I'm just going to add the notes for E major to start this off. And E major only uses 5 strings, so I'm not going to use the bottom string. So the strings are B. And I'll stretch that out over 4 squares. And the next string is E. And after that we've got G sharp. Then it's B itself. That's an open string. And E, because that's also an open string. And for this particular chord, I'm going to create a stroke effect. So I'm going to stroke up the notes, which is down the guitar. So to do this, I'm going to click on the snap icon at the top right of the screen to turn snap off. So now I can adjust the position and the length of these notes more accurately. So as you can see, I've moved the note so each note going up the scale is slightly behind the note below it. And then I'm going to reduce the velocity of the top note by pressing on it and then tapping on the velocity icon, which is the third one. And at the bottom of the screen, I'm going to drag the dot on the velocity slider. Just down a little bit, and then I'm going to tap on the tick icon at the bottom right of the screen to close the velocity. And that's just got my downstroke sorted. Now I'm going to add a second E major chord, but this is going to be a shorter one. But first I'm going to click on the X at the top right of the screen. Then I'm going to click on the step sequencer icon again. So that's now reset the velocity to the normal velocity for each of the notes. And now I'm going to add these notes. So first I'm going to turn snap back on. I'm going to make the notes 2 squares long. Then I'm going to make this an upstroke on the guitar. So I'm going to do the opposite to what I did on the first set of notes. And turn my snap off. Now I'm going to move the notes so that they go the opposite way. And then shorten the length back. And I'm just going to press on the last note. Tap on the velocity icon again. Reduce the velocity of the last note to play. So now I've got a downstroke and an upstroke. Then I'm going to click on the X at the top right of the screen again, and then click on the step sequencer icon again, so that I've reset the velocity for the notes. Now I'm going to add some A major chord notes. So first I'm going to click on the snap icon. I'm going to add these notes, and the first one, the top string, is an open E note. Second one is a C sharp. Third one is A, because it's the chord of A major. And the bottom one is this E chord again. Now I'm not actually going to adjust these notes. I'm just going to add more of them there, because they're playing in quick succession, so they sound better left all the same length, and I'm not going to change the velocity of them either. Next I'm just going to throw it in a open chord. So I'm just going to play the top 4 strings for that open chord. Then I'm going to add a quick E major chord again. And then I'm going to play 3 single notes from the chord of E major. And I make these 4 notes long so that it copies the resonance of the different strings. Now, let's add some effects to create a clean MIDI electric guitar sound. So now I'll click on the X at the top of the screen. At the bottom of the screen, I'm going to click on FX. I'm going to tap on Create under the None icon. First, I'm going to add a multi-filter to shape the sound. Now I'm going to click on the plus icon on the FX screen. I'm going to scroll through the tabs and tap on the Tone tab at the top of the FX screen. Then I'm going to tap on the multi-filter. Then I'm going to change the frequency by moving the dot on the frequency slider until it says about 2900 Hz under the word frequency. When a guitar string is struck by a plectrum, the pitch tends to fluctuate. So now I'm going to add an ST chorus to add a little bit more modulation to the pitch. Now I'm going to tap on the plus icon at the top right of the FX screen. I'm going to scroll through the tabs and tap on the modulation tab. Then I'm going to tap on ST chorus. I'm going to scroll through this list and tap on ST chorus. Then I'm going to move the dot on the rate slider to the left until it says about 0.6 under the word rate. And then I'm going to move the dot on the depth slider to the left until it says about 10% under depth. Next, I'm going to add a filter echo to change the acoustic guitar string sound to an electric guitar string sound. Now I'm going to tap on the plus icon at the top right of the FX screen. And then I'm going to tap on the delay tab. And then tap on filter echo. I'm going to move the dot on the delay slider to the left until it says about 14 milliseconds under delay. And move the dot on the cutoff slider to the left until it says about 665 Hz under cutoff. Now I'm going to add an Eq3m Equalizer to clean up the sound. I'm going to tap on the plus icon at the top right of the FX screen, and then scroll through the tabs and tap on the Tone tab. And then I'm going to tap on the Eq3m Equalizer. Now I'm going to move the dot on the mid slider to the right until it says about 15 dB under mid. And I'm going to move the dot on the mid sweep slider to the right until it says about 2500 Hz under mid sweep. And next, I'm going to add just a little bit of reverb to make it settle more into the mix. Now, I'm going to tap on the plus icon at the top right of the FX screen. Then I'm going to scroll through the tabs, then tap on the Reverb tab. Then tap on Space Maker. Then I'm going to move the dot on the mix slider to the right until it says about 23% under mix. And set the type to chamber. Finally, I'm going to add an Fbk compressor to level out the frequencies. Finally, I'm going to tap on the plus icon at the top right of the FX screen, then tap on the Dynamics tab, and tap on the Fbk compressor. Then I'm going to move the dot on the attack slider to the left until it says about 47 milliseconds under attack. The settings are just a guide, so feel free to change or tweak the settings to create a sound that you like. Now I'm happy with my effects. I'm going to click on the back arrow at the top left of the effects screen. And then tap the X at the top right of the screen. If you've enjoyed this video, do give us a thumbs up and click on that subscribe button. Cheers.